Most people get this wrong when they try to start a company in Syria. They think it is just about filling a form, registering a name, and opening a business. But the reality is very different. One missing approval, one wrong document, or one skipped authority can delay your business for weeks, or even months. Here's the truth no one tells you. Starting a company in Syria is not impossible, but it is highly procedural and document sensitive. If you follow the exact legal sequence, it becomes manageable. If you skip steps, it becomes stressful very fast. And in this video, you will understand everything from zero. No legal background needed. No confusion. Just a clear step-by-step breakdown of how to legally start a company in Syria in 2026. Quick promise. By the end of this guide, you will know exactly which company structure to choose, how registration works, what documents you need, which government offices are involved, how long it takes, how much it costs, and the mistakes that cause most delays. Now let's start from the beginning, because the first decision you make determines everything else. The first thing you need to understand is that Syria's business registration system is centralized through official government institutions. Most companies are registered under commercial and investment regulations, depending on the business type. That means your structure, activity, and documentation all matter equally. Now here's where it gets interesting. Many beginners rush into registration without understanding their legal structure. That is the number one cause of delays. So let's fix that first. In Syria, the most common company types include limited liability companies, joint stock companies, and individual establishments. Each one has different requirements, liability rules, and minimum capital expectations. If you are a small business owner, freelancer expanding into a formal business, or starting a service company, a limited liability company is usually the most practical choice. It offers protection for your personal assets and is easier to manage than larger corporate structures. But here's the problem. Many people choose based on what sounds official, instead of what fits their business reality. That leads to unnecessary paperwork and delays. So let's simplify it. If you are starting a small or medium business with one or more partners, a limited liability company is usually your best option. If you are planning a large enterprise with investors and shares, a joint stock company may be required. If you are operating solo, an individual establishment may be enough depending on your activity. Now let's make this real. Imagine someone named Alex. Alex is starting a small trading business focused on importing consumer goods. He does not need a complex corporate structure. He needs speed, simplicity, and legal protection. So he chooses a limited liability company. This kind of decision is where everything starts. Now once your structure is clear, the first official step is choosing and reserving your company name. Your company name must be approved by the relevant commercial registry authority. It must be unique, not misleading, and compliant with naming regulations. Now here's where most people fail. They choose names without checking availability first. That leads to rejection and delays. So the smart approach is simple. Prepare multiple name options. Usually at least 3. Submit them for approval, and wait for confirmation before moving forward. Once your name is approved, you move to the next stage, which is preparing your legal documents. This step is critical. You will need your company's articles of association. This document defines ownership, business activities, capital distribution, and management structure. It is the legal foundation of your company. Now here's where it gets interesting. Many entrepreneurs try to copy templates from the internet. But in Syria, documents must match official legal formatting and requirements. Small mistakes can lead to rejection. So the safest approach is to work with a local legal professional or certified consultant to ensure compliance. Let's go back to Alex again. Alex tries to prepare his documents himself to save time. But when he submits them, they are rejected because one clause does not match legal requirements. He loses time correcting it. This is a very common situation. Now once your documents are prepared, the next step is notarization. All company documents must be officially notarized. This means they are legally certified by an authorized notary public. This step confirms that your company agreement is valid and enforceable. But here's the problem. Many people underestimate notarization. Without it, your application cannot proceed further in the registration system. Once notarization is complete, you move to the commercial registry. This is one of the most important steps in the entire process. The commercial registry is where your company becomes officially recognized. You submit your notarized documents, identification papers, company name approval, and other required forms. Now here's where it gets interesting. This is the point where your business legally comes into existence. Before this step, you are only preparing. After this step, your company is officially recognized by the state. Processing time can vary depending on workload and document accuracy. If everything is correct, it moves faster. If not, it can be delayed. Once approved, you receive your official registration certificate. This confirms your company's legal existence. Now you might think the process is finished. But there are still important steps left. Next comes tax registration. Every business must register with the tax authorities. This step gives you a tax identification number. Without it, your business cannot legally operate, issue invoices, or comply with financial regulations. Now, here's where many beginners get surprised. Tax registration is mandatory from the beginning. It is not optional or something you do later. Your tax obligations will depend on your business activity, revenue expectations, and company structure. For example, Alex Trading Company will have different tax obligations compared to a consulting business or manufacturing company. Once tax registration is complete, you move to Social Security registration if you plan to hire employees. This step ensures compliance with labor laws and employee protections. If you hire staff, you must register them properly to provide legal benefits and insurance coverage. Now here is something important most guides skip. Even if you are not hiring immediately, understanding this system early helps you avoid future delays when scaling your business. Now let's talk about banking. Opening a corporate bank account in Syria is a critical step, but it requires full documentation. Banks will require your company registration certificate, tax number, identity documents, and proof of business activity. Here's the problem. Many applications get delayed at this stage because documentation is incomplete or unclear. So preparation is key. You should have a clear business explanation, complete legal documents, and properly structured company details before applying. Once your bank account is approved, your company becomes fully operational in a practical sense. Now let's talk about timeline. The time required to start a company in Syria depends on document readiness, approval speed, and administrative processes. If everything is properly prepared, it can take a few weeks. If documents are missing or incorrect, it can take much longer. Now let's talk about cost. Costs include registration fees, notarization fees, legal consultation fees if used, and administrative charges. The total varies based on company type and complexity, but planning ahead helps avoid unexpected expenses. Now here is something very important for foreign investors. Foreigners can establish companies in Syria, but additional documentation and approvals may be required depending on the business sector and ownership structure. In many cases, compliance with investment regulations is necessary. This is where many international entrepreneurs make mistakes. They assume rules are similar to other countries. But Syria has its own legal and administrative structure, and following it correctly is essential. Now let's cover common mistakes. The first mistake is choosing the wrong company structure. The second mistake is submitting incomplete documentation. The third mistake is ignoring name approval rules. The fourth mistake is underestimating notarization requirements. And the fifth mistake is trying to open a bank account without full preparation. Avoiding these mistakes alone can save you weeks of delay. Now, let's make this practical. If you are starting today, follow this mental checklist. Choose your company structure first. Reserve your company name. Prepare and notarize your documents. Register with the commercial registry. Complete tax registration. Open your bank account. Then handle employee and compliance setup if needed. If you follow this order, the process becomes structured and predictable. And here is the final insight. Starting a company in Syria is not about speed. It is about accuracy and sequence. The system works well when steps are followed correctly. Most delays happen when people rush or skip steps. Now you already understand the full process clearly, which puts you ahead of most beginners. To summarize, you now know how company structures work, how registration flows, how tax and banking fit in, what mistakes to avoid, and how to plan your business step by step. If you found this guide helpful, make sure to like the video, leave a comment with your business idea, and subscribe for more step-by-step guides like this. Because once you understand how systems work, starting a business anywhere becomes much easier.